Today we are heading to one of the prettiest Midwestern small towns for a morning of antiquing and coffee. I'll take you along as we explore and later show you each of the pieces that I brought home. So grab something warm to sip on and come spend the day with us. We are heading to a huge antique mall just outside of Galena, Illinois. Now, it was quite a bit of a drive for each of us to get out there, but it was well worth it. We just grabbed a hot coffee and enjoyed the quiet drive through the countryside. My mom and my sister-in-law are coming with me on this trip, and I also brought my kids and my niece and nephew. And we are all very much kindred spirits, I guess you would say. All of us love antiquing and just wandering through all of the old treasures and forgotten stories. It is one of our favorite things to do together. So this antique shop was called the Elizabeth Grand Antique Mall, and it was amazing. I believe it was an old renovated schoolhouse that they converted to becoming an antique mall, and attached to it was a coffee shop and a wine bar. And inside it was so cool. It reminded me of like a 1920s speakeasy. What I love most about antiquing and just old pieces in general is that they've already been a part of someone's story. They've been handled, loved, and used in another lifetime. And one way or another, they find their way to us, where they get to start all over again in a new home. We live in a world where it's easy enough to just hop online or go to Pottery Barn or Hobby Lobby, wherever, and buy everything all at once. It all looks cohesive and beautiful, but there is something to say about collecting pieces over time. Now, don't get me wrong, I definitely have some Hobby Lobby items in my house, but I much prefer to collect an antique if I had to choose. That's only $25. As far as style, I think I would call my preference English cottage, I suppose. Things that look a little bit primitive and worn and handmade. So these are ice skates? Ice skates. I was talking with my sister-in-law on this trip about how you have to go into antique stores without a plan because you never know what you're going to find. And if you're looking for something specific, you probably won't find it. But if you go in with an open mind, you will find the coolest stuff. I really considered buying this little lantern sconce to hang in my kitchen somewhere, but $45 was just a bit too much for me. Went into this kind of with the idea that I was looking for things for my kitchen. Little things I could put out on the counter or hang on the wall, but nothing super specific that I was dead set on finding. I've never seen it with a lid before. Alright, wasn't that place amazing? It was, I believe, an old school that they renovated into becoming an antique mall, and every room on every floor was just packed to the brim with antiques, and it was so fun to try to hunt through and find some cool stuff. But I am really excited to show you guys what I ended up coming home with. So the first thing that I ended up grabbing, which was kind of convenient, was this antique picnic basket. And isn't this color just beautiful? And it was only $10. And it worked out great because then I used this as my shopping basket for the rest of the trip. But inside it says it is from Putney, Vermont. And I love it. So the next thing wasn't an antique, but one of the booths actually ended up selling one of my favorite candle brands. The one that I picked up was called Pumpkin and Pine. And oh my gosh. It smells so good. It smells like Christmas to me. So I think this will be a good one to burn in November. It'll be a good transitional one from fall to Christmas. So I am so excited. And it was $23, and for this candle company, that is a great price. So the next thing was this cutting board. We are in the middle of renovating our kitchen, and if that's something that you guys want to see, I'd be happy to give you updates on that. One of the things that my husband is building in there is a built-in plate rack that is recessed into the wall. And my plan for that is to add a whole bunch of collected antique cutting boards. And so I've been slowly collecting those. And this is one that I found. I think this one was either $10 or $12 too. So it was a good deal. And again, I love that kind of like lighter ashy color wood. Not so much the honey oak or the deep mahogany colors, but this one I loved. All right, next, you probably saw in the video that we brought my little ones with, and my sister-in-law had my niece and nephew as well. And my daughter immediately found this cute little vintage bunny rabbit, and she loved it, and I just think it's so precious. It was only $3, so we had to scoop that up, and I thought that it would look perfect in her little room. All right, and last was this antique, I believe they called it a rope reel. And my son is obsessed with tools, so he immediately was like gravitated towards this one. I figured that this would be another cool thing that I could probably add to my plate rack once that's built in the kitchen. But thank you guys so much for tuning in if you've made it this far. If you like videos like this, be sure to stay tuned in the next couple weeks because we are actually going on vacation to New England over the week of Halloween. And I am planning on doing a lot of antiquing with my cousin and my aunt. So if that is something that you're interested in seeing, definitely stay tuned the next couple weeks because there is a lot of exciting things coming.
I truly do hope that you found something here that gives you just a little bit of inspiration for your own home. Maybe next time you go out shopping, you do pick up that secondhand item rather than something brand new. Have to be all at once, just little by little so that you can create a story in your own home. And as always, if you love cozy days, homemaking, and just the simple beauty of home, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's next.